So, Josh Trank's Fantastic Four reboot finally has a trailer. I'm actually kind of surprised that we got this far. No one, not even 20th Century Fox, has been particularly loud or proud about the fact that they were even making this movie, to the point where I wondered if the silence signaled some kind of impending cancellation of the thing altogether. All we've heard before now was hearsay from the cast, one or two on-set photos, various information drops from the crew such as the intention to go realistic, the worrying news that Dr. Doom was going to be an internet blogger in this version, and of course the initial announcement that started the whole thing, that the film was being greenlit at all. That's it. This is the first real big, concrete proof that they've finished filming, that they're actually going along with this, that it really exists. Hearing such little information about an upcoming superhero movie, where barely any promotional material has been released thus far, in this day and age, is practically unheard of. Which is kinda strange, you gotta wonder why that is, when clearly the only reason we're even doing this whole song and dance is because the superhero genre is the big moneymaker at the moment, and Fox own the Fantastic Four. So why haven't they been trying to let as many people know about this as they possibly could? Honestly guys, as eye-roll inducing as the concept of rebooting this thing for a third time feels, I don't want this to suck. I really don't. They've already commissioned a sequel, it's not going back to Marvel anytime soon, we can't bully this movie into cancellation, Fox's 2015 Fantastic Four reboot is happening. Either get on board or have a hate-filled several months. And truth be told, I like a majority of the cast. I like Miles Teller, I like Jamie Bell, I like Michael B. Jordan, and I don't like Kate Mara, but hey, that's 3 out of 4, not bad. I'm sure I'll at least like her more than Jessica Alba. And Josh Trank's Chronicle is still, in my eyes, one of the best superhero movies out there. So yeah, it's got some good people attached to it. But what genuinely worried me before seeing the teaser, outside of its quiet promotion, was that reoccurring word that the filmmakers kept dropping, and which seems to centre around most superhero reboots today. Realism. Not that it's bad for superhero movies to go realistic, but that most studios seem to mistake the word to mean downbeat and moody. And unfortunately, this trailer doesn't exactly make me believe that I'm going to be wrong in this case. The whole bleak tone comes off as way too uncomfortably out of place for this kind of material. For a movie in which 4 astronauts gain superpowers, one of them gets called the Thing, one of them can stretch his body in crazy ways, the story centers around space exploration, and the word fantastic is literally in the title, this trailer makes all of that feel absurdly contradictory and backwards. I mean, come on, Fantastic Four. And you're seriously telling me that we're going to be taking it all this seriously?
With every new discovery, there is risk. There is sacrifice. And there are consequences.
I mean, geez, haven't we gone past this already? Are we still clinging to this completely fabricated notion that The Dark Knight was successful because it was gritty and down to earth? The Dark Knight was successful because of this little thing called a good screenplay, remember those? Even with that and the fact that the story it told was undoubtedly dark, it still had heart and personality, did it not? Take a look at the new Ant-Man trailer. The thing seems way too emotional and real for a movie centered around a dude that turns into a superhero the size of an ant and is also openly called Ant-Man. But just when you think it's taking itself way too seriously for its own good...
Scott, I need you to be the Ant-Man.
And then just in case you didn't get it before...
One question. Is it too late to change the name?
They know that they're making a movie about a guy that calls himself Ant-Man. They're not pretending otherwise, but they also clearly want to go for something a little more serious. That doesn't necessarily equate to making something joyless and dull. Any movie, whether sci-fi, noir, romance, or otherwise with a silly concept, needs one of these. This would be why Marvel Studios is Marvel Studios and all the other studios are all the others. Sometimes I don't understand how various studios can't grasp at this concept when literally every person on Earth lives in real life. Real life is the most realistic thing we can experience. That doesn't mean that the sky is always grey, or that I don't share a laugh with people, or that I walk around with a frown on my face the whole time. The Dark Knight trilogy was realistic, sure, but that didn't necessarily mean all the characters were pissed off, that Bruce Wayne and Alfred didn't share a laugh from time to time. Hell, one of Batman's first lines in Begins is a joke, for crying out loud. What I'm saying is, there's absolutely no rule that says rationality equals doom and gloom. The Fantastic Four can still have humour and wit whilst being grounded. and I'm kind of disappointed to have heard the filmmakers glorify their pragmatic approach time and again, to then just see this and find it simply looking like your typical run-of-the-mill moody wannabe Nolan version. Besides that, as something designed to get people pumped, I'm still not really impressed. We haven't seen any eye-popping visual effects, we barely got a look at what appears to be the team's weird, clunky, colourless set of costumes, we haven't been given any dialogue that would indicate a fresh story from the 2005 version. There's nothing here that looks like we haven't seen it all before. And while yes, this is only supposed to be a teaser, the movie is meant to come out in August. Now's the time to be selling the real thing. And in the perspective of advertising, you have to wonder how this is meant to change any prior negative expectations. The only thing this has really done is prove that the movie exists. That's great and all, but I knew that was going to happen. Where's the unique pull to get me on the film's side? Look, I really would like to see this surprise people, and God knows this team are due a movie which finally does them justice, but I don't know guys, this was your chance to look the public, the naysayers, everyone in the eyes and tell them why they should see this movie. And frankly, I think you dropped the ball. Nevertheless, I'm still reserving judgment until I've seen it, but this doesn't exactly distill me with much hope. We'll see how it all goes in around 6 months' time. Cheers for watching guys, and as always if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel.